guys, welcome back to Fake Nerds Watch. I was trying to think of something really clever to do for this intro, and guess what? It took me like 5 minutes and I got nothing, so welcome to the intro of this episode. I'm Ryan Leopolis, that's Sparkz Witty, that's Ben Magnet.
I swear I literally just thought of something, and then I'm like, no, this...
You could have had an intro, I let you have it.
You did. Right when you said it, I thought of how I could make that stupid thing rhyme to gin and juice.
It's okay, we were trying to think of a rhyme for Swamp Thing, but the time is over for that.
I really half expect that if Ben starts an intro for Swamp Thing, it's just going to be dun 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 Murray
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. Yeah. We're going to the swamp.
I just got used to it. If you're doing intros,
that's for
like, no matter what show we're doing.
We're not doing.
We're nostalgic for last month's
It's
Fake
not
Nerds Watch.
Just wait till we start doing Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Fake Nerds Watch.
That's true. Yeah. Well, anyway, speaking of Stranger Things, welcome to episode 6 of Swamp Thing. The price you pay.
Yep.
It's a heavy price you pay.
Very heavy price.
Hey, tell me if you've heard this one. Another good episode of Swamp Thing.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
Wow, crazy.
This is the first.
Wow.
I feel like we're a broken record when we keep saying that all the episodes are great, but we're a broken record.
Even our clock is right 6 times in a row. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a bad joke.
I get you.
Yeah, anyway.
But I was about to say, we're a broken record that I don't mind being broken, because Swamp Thing is good, damn it.
Yeah. This episode opens up with a swamp attack.
Literally
a swamp attack. Alec Collins just walking in the woods, and there's a little rabbit there, tied up. As hunters do. The rabbit got caught in a trap or something.
Think of it as the scene in Jurassic Park where the goat is the bait for the T-Rex.
Yes.
Where this time the rabbit was the bait for Swamp Thing.
Yes. So a bunch of hunters who are clearly owned by Avery.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, what's that thing? And they start shooting at it, and
they even say things about Avery. Right, they say, like, Avery wants him alive or something.
Yeah, Avery wants him alive. Like, you guys should not say his name out loud. That's bad mercenaries.
So also they trank him, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, they fill him, with enough, I think it's ketamine to take out a zoo. And Swamp Thing's just like, it's nothing, Doc. I'm plants.
I'm plants, dude.
I'm made of plants.
Plants ain't good. This ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, so they're spooked by a giant, as you said, a Bigfoot. That's where he's been hiding all this time, is in Murray. But Swamp Thing is running at him, and he starts punching trees, and then causing, tree spikes to shoot out of the trees. And I'm like, that's some cool Swamp Thing action right there, man.
That's one guy up in the face.
Yeah, a girl got hit in the legs a couple times, but a dude got straight up faced.
It kind of reminds me of, there's this video game where wooden spikes shoot at you. I forget what it is, but it's just one of those things where you don't want to take spikes to the face.
Well, of course.
This guy took wood spikes to the face.
There's a movie called...
It was not pleasant looking.
There's a 90s horror movie called The Dentist, and it's about an evil, murderous dentist. But the end of that movie has a woman with a nail gun.
Ooh.
And she nail guns him 100 times in the face, and he's running at her with 100 nails in his face, and it reminded me a lot of that. And I wonder if it's inspiration from that, because that's a very horror synonymous image, and I'm like, Swamp Thing loves to take things from other horror movies. I highly doubt it, because nobody gives a shit about the 90s dentist movie but me. But it was a good effect that I really enjoyed. Good opening to the show.
Yeah.
What happens next?
We're in the hospital.
Okay.
Following up on the poor blue devil.
Daniel Cassidy.
Maria gets no play.
No, not as...
which I was surprised.
She's had a couple heavy episodes.
No, I was surprised that we didn't see Avery go into her room at all.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That's where we left off.
She gets mentioned
and she just
later on.
Stared
she
at
does,
him. Oh, for sure. But she'd just been staring at him at the end of last episode, and then we open up and we don't see her.
No, we don't.
But
we focus on Daniel Cassidy this episode a lot. See what's going on with him, the Blue Devil.
Because Liz has explained to Abby what happened, and Abby says he's in a coma, and it's unlikely he'll come back from it.
Yeah. Is that when Abby goes to confront Avery?
Yes.
At that point, yeah. And he's like, hey, this dude's in the hospital. I was like, oh, I heard about that. It's such a shame. I'll pay for his hospital bills. And, Avery, you always do that. What'd she say? You always hurt people and then...
act like you care.
Act like you care. It's like, how can you say that to me, Abby? That hurts my feelings.
I care about this town and all the people in it.
All the time. You're so full of it.
Liz was willing to hit the delete button. She straight up says, I hit delete, story is gone, everyone walks away from this.
Yeah, because she doesn't want her dad to get targeted or anything.
Yeah, and then Abby's like, well, Daniel's not. Cassie ain't gonna come back from this. He's probably gonna be dead soon. Yeah. So screw this guy.
Yeah. So in this hospital we have a guy in a coma who's probably never gonna wake up, and for a lot of people that's a sad and a tragedy, but for Woodrue it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
So Woodrue, being the horrible man he's becoming, develops his own serum, puts it in an IV.
He takes Alec's green regenerative cells and makes a blue thing.
Yeah, somehow it makes it blue.
And puts it into a bag, an IV bag.
I will say that is maybe the hokiest thing this show's done. Like, why would it be blue?
Yeah, I think so. I think the symbolism is a little over the top.
To be fair, though, like, the whole thing with Blue Devil, and, like, what we're talking about it now, like, the Phantom Stranger shows up and obviously, like, indicates... one, I'm glad the Phantom Stranger's back. And he says the great line of, like, oh, I have many projects that I'm working on, meaning he's talking to a bunch of different supernatural DC heroes to try to combat this coming evil.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is we got that flashback, but that flashback was cut into 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, rather than just staying there for an entire scene.
Yeah, I guess because the scene is kind of long, they didn't want just one really long scene.
I guess so, but I'm like, you're a show without commercials, you can just do that.
Yeah. And to be fair, this episode was shorter than, like, the other episodes, too, because, like, it was 42 minutes, and the other episodes are almost an hour long. Yeah. So I was like, you had the time, too, if you wanted to. Yeah. But, Phantom Stranger...
Seeing the Phantom Stranger in his full trench coat, gloves, the hat... It took me a while to realize that was the Phantom Stranger. It took for Daniel saying, the Stranger, I'm like, oh... Yeah. That was the Phantom Stranger!
Yeah, because he was a little more, like, disheveled, like a swamp man in the last episode. Here he's, like, he's clean-shaven, like, nice hair.
And also, he straight up says the words, Phantom Stranger. Not in that order, but he says, I may be a stranger, some sort of phantom.
If you weren't for sure yet, it's definitely for sure now.
It's straight the Phantom Stranger.
I got my eye on a lot of other projects.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, 8 years ago, he's shooting a movie. Daniel's shooting a movie as a stuntman. And the stranger's like, hey, if you help me out, I'll help you out. You know, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And
it's a very important role.
It's a very, he's like,
It's not a lead role, but an important role.
And he's obviously not talking about a movie. He's talking about the history of the world and saving the universe and stuff. But, like, you know, he's a stuntman. He's not thinking about that. But as soon as he takes to deal with the Phantom Stranger, the lead actor in the movie he's on leaves. And they're like, oh, we need to shoot this.
No, the studio decides they don't want to work with him because he's like having a freak out.
He's being very difficult. So like, hey, like the studio doesn't want to scrap this movie. They think you're not bad. Like they want to give you a shot. And he's like, you don't want to give me a shot? Oh my god.
He's like so happy. He's like, oh my god, I'm the Blue Devil. This is great.
And then 8 years later, he's in a coma.
No, and then he turns around and is like, hey, where's the studio guy? What's the studio guy? Oh, well, whatever. Give him a mask.
Puts on his hat, fades into the darkness.
Fog machine.
Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
That was so comic booky.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that character is
like the second the Phantom Stranger just looks over, he goes,
it's like, my lady.
Like he
puts his fedora
on. He does this simple like mysterious man, or well, I was never really there. The ghost routine where they put on the hat and then they fade into the fog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So then we come back to the hospital and Woodrue's weird blue formula is in an IV and it wakes Daniel up. He wakes up almost immediately, but he's also steaming real bad. He's immediately, like, almost on fire.
Would you say he's hot?
He's very hot.
Meanwhile at the hospital, the people attacked by Alec have also arrived.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a lot of commotion going on.
So Abby is concerned.
Everybody's at the hospital.
Yeah.
That hospital must be a popular hangout spot, Marie.
Well, a lot of shit's going on.
I mean, honestly, like, unless we're in the swamp or Avery's house or...
Everyone's at the hospital.
The bar, we're usually at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun conversation to have.
So, yeah.
I also wonder where Susie is right now.
I was just about to ask that.
I would say she's still at the... No.
Is she at... Marie's in the hospital, so where could she be?
Marie's in the hospital, so...
I don't know.
The next closest thing we've seen her have to a guardian is Abby.
Yeah, and she's not with Abby.
Although maybe the maid or the help of the Sunderland,
yeah.
Sunderland.
I wonder if it's one of those things where, like, we'll find out next episode. Just
probably.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we go to the cable time? Is it cable time?
It is cable time.
Let's go to cable time.
I mean, I keep feeling like there should be something else to say before we get to certain points, and I'm like, nah, this was short, so we kind of do just go through it.
Yeah.
So we find out that it was for sure 100% Matt Cable who pulls the trigger on Alec Holland's boat that night in the swamp.
Yes, because his mom confronts him about it and reveals that's why she shot Remy is because he saw Matt. And she's like, I can't believe you'd let Avery do this. And he's like, oh, yeah, me. And that reveals that he did it because Avery has 30 years of dirt. File on dirt on her. And he's protecting her, and they're pissed at each other for protecting each other.
They have a great argument line where it's like, I can't believe you work for him. And it's like, it's better than sleeping with him.
Oh, yeah.
And then
she goes hurts.
Well, she gets one good slap on him earlier.
Yeah.
And then she goes to slap him again, and he catches like, no, my guard's up now, Mom.
Yeah, and so Matt is absolutely a bad guy. 100%. Yeah. He's a murderer. But
which sucks, because...
everybody it has not to get Swamp Thingy, but Avery has his roots in every single person in the town.
Yeah, I see what you did.
And it's it's so sad because Matt's clearly an okay person, and he loves his mom so much and he wants to do the best for her.
And
but Avery brings him down.
We have an implication that this is the one and only bad thing Matt has done.
Yeah.
And he did it to protect his mom.
And he clearly feels bad about it still.
Yeah.
Because when he goes to the swamp later, and he's like, does he know what happened? Oh my god, does he know that I killed him?
And she asks at one point, why would he go to you? There's all these other people in town who would have done this for him. And it's because he wants both of you in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Because he's doing bad stuff.
Because if he has one cable card, he can easily play another cable card to help him out.
Yeah, he has free cable. He has free cable in this entire town.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one because sadly I subjected you to a whole bunch of my stupid rad jokes back at the thing tonight. So,
that's okay. That's an inside thing. Yeah. Abby goes to the swamp, right?
Yeah, she's concerned because she doesn't believe Alec would have attacked those people without them having attacked him first, so she goes to check on him.
She's not wrong. They did.
Yeah.
They technically did. I mean, first they get a bear. He gets his foot in a bear trap.
Yeah, but he's a swamp man.
Well, yeah, but he rips it off, and then he chases them. They're shooting him with tranquilizers. Doesn't work. Guy shoots him with a M16. Doesn't work.
Yeah. She gets her first indications of fear that Alec might be losing sense of himself and control.
Yeah.
And so she tries to help ground him in a way. And in the middle of her talking with him, Matt rolls up, looking for what attacked the huntermen.
Yeah. And Alec stays around just in case, because no one's gonna talk to my woman.
Right. Yeah. Meanwhile, Cassidy comes out of his coma thanks to Woodrue's blue concoction.
Yep.
And
steaming away.
Woodrue's just so taken away with it that he's this is wonderful, but being real bad at hiding it.
Oh my
And
God.
Liz is freaking out
while Cassidy's steaming and on fire.
Oh, that's so great. Liz runs in, is freaking out, and we're just oh, go get a nurse, I'll stay and help him. And he's just oh, Cassidy, you're awake. This is insane, man. This is so crazy.
And then he leaves, and he's
I couldn't stop him.
Got away. I couldn't stop him.
I couldn't stop him. I'll call the proper authorities.
Yeah, oh, darn, he got away. I'll shoot.
Kevin Durant's so great in this show.
He is. He is.
He's so great.
And following up on that storyline with him, we get him telling Avery about it and saying, this is a breakthrough, this is wonderful. And Avery's oh, that's real cool. Okay, well, I'll get whatever you need from Abby.
Yeah.
He brought Abby's an obstacle.
He brought a man in a coma awake, and that will get you attention.
Who had brain damage,
Yeah.
and he gave him a thing that
swamp juice.
Essentially gave him regenerated his brain.
Yes.
To a point where it was healed, he was up completely, he was completely fine. Minus the fact that he was nearly on fire.
Yeah.
Right.
So for Avery, he's ooh, I have investors. We can make a lot of money off this shit.
Yeah.
You make a report because Sunderland's okay, I just need more testing. Avery's no. Report, facts, things, gimme. We're selling the shit tomorrow.
I also appreciate, he's use small words. Because, I'm not a smart man. You gotta make this shit, so everyone knows what you're talking about.
That's how I prefer it.
Yeah, that's how I prefer it. Short words.
Yeah, he is a smart man, but yeah.
He's not that kind of
He's
smart.
not that smart.
Yeah.
He's not that
street
kind of
smart. Swamp smart.
Yeah.
He's con man smart.
He is con man smart.
He's old Mysterio.
Yeah.
He knows how to play you like a violin.
Yeah. I'm more like a fiddle. That's more southern.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil went down.
Because he makes dumb choices. He's made a whole lot of irrational anger choices. His response every time anyone challenges him is you won't make an enemy of me, I'll kill you. And it's see, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
And he's you accused me, and it's
oh, the conversation.
You are making my accusations accurate, man.
Yeah, the conversation with
Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where he's I always thought of you as a daughter. I was stop doing that.
Yeah.
Then he gives her one last chance. He's go to Atlanta.
Do you want to cross this line?
Oh, he's Avery, did you hire those men who tried to hurt Liz? And he's do you really want to cross this path, Abby?
Yeah.
Because once this happens,
there ain't no going back.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And I know you think of me a certain way, but you do not want to know the other me.
It really is Avery will kill everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm dude.
I do like her line.
You're not good at making people believe you aren't doing this.
I do like when Abby looks at him and says, I'm not scared of you like I was when I was 17. I'm ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, losing your edge, old man. It's kind of like that, if I'm not like that SpongeBob scene where he's how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah. That's a good one.
She's not afraid of him anymore. She's oh, I'll fight you. I am prepared and ready to throw down with you, Avery.
So at the Woodrue's,
Yes.
Woodrue's working hard. It's real late,
And we see the return of his wife finally.
and his wife shows up.
Yep.
And she's like, "Yo, dog, we gotta talk. I want to leave right now." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, sure. Let me finish the support, and we can leave soon. I can't leave right now, honey." And she's like,
We know
Jason?
why he's chomping at the bit on
Yeah.
this regenerative thing. It's to help his wife.
"Yes." But I don't know why he can't just say that.
She knows. I don't
Yeah.
think he needs to. I think
Yeah.
she knows exactly why he's so crazy
Yeah.
about it. I think that she just doesn't like the person it's turning him into.
Yeah, she says that exact thing. Like, I don't like I want to love them. Like, what did she say? The exact line, like, I want to love the man that you used to be, or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he thinks of her as stupid that he has
Oh, no,
to
no.
spell it out why he's so
No,
into
yeah.
this. I think she's well aware of what he's researching, what exactly he wants.
Yeah.
She just doesn't like the results
Well,
that
also,
are coming out of it.
her big thing is that she overheard that he tested it on a human being
Yes.
without any prior
Like, his
testing.
moral ethics were gone at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
And
like,
her because her whole thing was like if the
college board, the college admissions people, or something. I don't know.
at the university where he teaches at, presumably.
Yeah.
He's gonna get kicked out, and then he's gonna be just like kicked out of the entire academic community altogether.
Yeah.
Which is bad for them and their job, and also bad for him and his research. So he can't save his wife.
Yeah.
So I do like how his heart is in the right place, but the way he's going about it is really messed up.
The great quote, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions."
Exactly.
That's I love that quote.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a tragic character where he's trying to do something for the better of one person, and then it's gonna help everyone out. Just the road to get there, he's like
he partnered with the actual devil is
Yeah.
the problem here. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll almost definitely attempt to regenerate her in a similar fashion, and it's gonna kill her.
Like,
Oh,
imagine
oh,
this
boy.
is Woodrue's moral compass. Fuck that noise, I'm going this
There
way.
isn't a compass. What's a compass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Matt chases down the footprints of Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
unsure of what he'll find.
Hmm.
And
then-
he gets a splinter, and then and then Abby shows up,
Just out of nowhere.
and
Like, Abby, why are you in the middle of the swamp?
yeah, and that's when Alec storms out
Hey, it's
and
me.
tackles him into a tree, and Matt finds out that Alec Holland is Swamp Thing and is alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Abby's fault, but I don't think it's smart to just say his name like that, because, like, I think if she's trying to keep it a secret that he's out there, don't just yell Alec all the
Well,
time.
when he's gonna slam him into
No,
a tree
I-
like that, what's she gonna
No,
call him?
I understand, but, like, it's just something I thought.
And also-
about.
You! Hey, you!
And also,
don't do it!
Matt pointed a shotgun at him, so
No,
obviously Swamp Thing's like, I know it's not gonna hurt me, but this dude wants to hurt me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hurt him back.
Yeah.
No, it's not an actual big deal. It's just like, if she's trying to keep it secret, don't yell his name all the time.
Well, I think also
I don't think
for-
she was. I don't think she would have approached Matt in that moment with an unwillingness to not tell him what's up.
Yeah.
She trusts Matt,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
stupid to our perspective.
yeah,
but-
I think that's what I'm thinking
But since
of,
she
yeah.
doesn't know that Matt was the one who shot him that night, she sees Matt as a trustworthy ally.
Yeah,
so she's
not
like,
only
"Oh,
that.
I can tell him about Alec."
Yes, and not only that, she sees Matt as the person that if I let him know, no more cops will come looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you think.
because he'll just
That's
get
what
on-
she thinks.
Because she's protecting them too.
Yeah.
She's protecting Alec, but she's protecting them from hurting themselves in the pursuit of trying to get Alec.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Why she's like thinking she can confide this information,
It's
and
so
realistically,
sad. Aw.
it would be fine, except that Matt murdered him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
again, like I mentioned earlier, like there was a moment real close where like Matt's, does he know what happened with him? And Alex just like, there was an explosion, there was a shadow, I didn't see who it was, and Matt's like,
And then,
buddy,
hard turn
Hard-
with those red eyes looking right at him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I remember you."
And you're thinking, and you even see who's the actor who plays Matt Cable?
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember.
I think it's
kudos
like
to
Brian
him,
Henderson or
Because
something.
the second Swamp Thing turns to him and says, "I remember you,"
Ooh,
his face is
sweat.
like goes pale, and then he's like, "You were at the bridge. You helped Abby."
And he's like,
"Ooh, yeah,
I love
yeah,
Abby
I
so
did."
much, Swamp Thing. I can't tell you. I'm a good guy. I promise. I didn't shoot you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be such. Oh, that's gonna hurt when they find out.
He's gonna touch them trees. He's
Yeah.
gonna see it.
It's gonna be, I want to say episode 8 when he finds out.
You think so?
That's my roll of the dice guess.
Okay. So Abby and Alec go to his lab, right?
Yeah.
That's we're
that's-
jumping a little.
oh,
ahead.
is it?
That's
I
the
don't
very
remember.
end.
Okay.
So Matt does make the call to agree to protect Alec for now.
Yes.
But we do see him go back to his mom, and be like, "We need to talk."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad news bears.
Yeah.
Right after later on in the night after they had a huge fight of the revelations of the Cable family and the Sunderlands.
Yeah.
How shit hits the fan, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a gross. It's not a good fan.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Meanwhile, Liz is trying to chase down Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
yeah,
Oh, Daniel.
She only catches up to him for a second,
Yes.
and then he takes off to Woodrue's place,
Yeah.
screaming for help.
Oh my god, he wakes up his wife. He just like slams on the window and it's like steaming the window. It's like it's a good effect.
That 1 second shot, he's like slammed up against. He's like,
Yeah, it was a little silly.
Yeah. And then he's like, "What?"
but he's a little silly.
No,
so
I
it
know.
works,
And
yeah.
like it's just like
Yeah.
it's
And
a funny
he's,
scene.
He's screaming at Woodrue to help him. Woodrue's like, "Oh wow!"
Stay inside, lock the door.
Avery shows up with
like
a
he
shotgun.
Yeah, I got a shotgun out of nowhere.
Just like to calm him down, and I guess Jason's wife, Mrs. Woodrue, just comes up and like plants a sedative in.
She's screaming at Jason to help him, and he's
Yeah.
not really doing anything.
He's just like, ooh.
He's like, this is so crazy, guys. I did this. I brought him back.
Yeah, he just kind of wants to
Yeah.
watch it. We see him like turning very, very blue and then simmering.
His
down
eyes
again.
are
I
blue.
was
Yeah.
really, really kind of hoping we would see like some sort of like devilish form or devil magic or whatever.
That's what I'm curious about.
I know it's
because like that's like the Blue Devil is like magic stuff, and this is in Swamp Thing is like it's magic, but like the formula is very like sciencey.
It's
So-
very pseudo science / supernatural.
Yeah.
The show straddles the line. Like the Phantom Stranger, he's supernatural. We know
Absolutely
he's supernatural. Him mentioning the green, that's something supernatural. The swamp regenerative stuff, that's all science. So I like how this show straddles the line between the supernatural and the scientific.
It's just curious to me that like it was a science reason that like this magic guy is like reborn almost. I wonder if like he needed he needed like a jump start or something.
My guess has been that it's not that did this. It's that he already was like that, so that's why this was able to work.
Okay.
Is because of whatever he has going on. Because we've seen him like reach out and burn his arm and all that stuff. So there's already something in him.
Yeah.
And I think that this helped. I don't even think like do it. I think it just sped up a process that would have taken longer.
Oh, because it's regenerating fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it just sped that up. I also wonder if we'll find out that his arm is healed under those bandages.
Oh, he hasn't even looked yet.
He hasn't even looked, but I imagine when he regenerated from the brain injury, he also regenerated his
100%.
arm.
Yeah.
I think it just sped up a process that already existed in him because of the deal, because we know there's mystical stuff going on with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it like did the trick.
Yeah.
But it is still weird that it's like, but it's blue.
But then Xanadu visits him in the
Yes.
hospital where he's still knocked out. Luckily, he's not dead, because for a second I thought he was shot. He
Yeah.
wasn't.
Can't change his fate.
Nope, but she does like relieve him of the pain, which we still don't know what exactly she did. She just like does like heal.
Yeah.
She kind of
It looks like she just stopped, and that's what I think is like what putting that stuff in him sent what's in his system into overdrive
Yeah.
when it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she just stopped that process. It seems.
yeah.
He's got
Essentially,
magical powers. Who knows?
She cast Cure.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Kiraga.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we go to Abby arriving at Alec's place where
Yeah.
he's looking at
Where
his
Alec's
little,
looking
his
through-
little dog blanket.
Oh,
Yeah,
Give
he's
me
like
say again.
reminiscing of episode 1 where Abby showed up and they're talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
the charisma, the love.
And then Abby's trying like, hey, I'm trying to help you, and
She's like, what are we missing? And he's like, I fear that if I go further into the green, as the stranger said, it'll pull me further away from who I used to be,
Yeah.
further away from you.
Oh.
oh,
And that triggers a flower to grow in his palm.
yeah.
And it blooms and pollen spills out and...
And first I get scared because I'm like, oh no, this is how people get drugged.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, like looking
And,
at
and
all.
very well that's still
I mean,
maybe
that's
the case.
kind of
Yeah.
what's happening
Yeah.
here, I believe, yeah.
And then Abby is looking and sees Andy Bean's
Yep.
Alec return.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so nice to
The
see him.
position
That's so
of
sweet.
where
and not only
Swamp Thing
that,
went.
she looks at they look at the flower and she's like, is that you? He's like, I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, I mean, he's still learning his powers. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know everything he can do.
He's very reactionary, yeah.
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 I made the gross joke, and I'm going to say it now. Like, that was his Swamp Thing boner. He's like, I'm really excited, Abby. This is the best thing I can do for you. Happy. I love you. Here's a flower. It's very, I thought it was very, completely opposite of that. It was very Groot-esque. Like, here's something cute.
Yeah.
I'm a plant man.
Yeah.
But then, but with the episode ending, right where we see Alec as Andy Bean once more,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm so glad with the amount of actual alcohol is in the show. Like, they're not overdoing it, because obviously you want Swamp Thing.
It's very well balanced.
But it's
Yeah.
exactly, it's very well balanced, yeah. And
Yeah.
it feels natural. They're not, like, shoving him in there.
Yeah.
Like, it feels natural.
No, there's a lot of seeing Swamp Thing in the suit, like the actual Swamp Thing,
And it
the
looks
actor
still
in the
great.
suit.
Derek Mears.
Because Derek Muse, thank you. Because there are times where I feel like for a show like this, I get scared because, correct me if I'm wrong, like when Arrow first came out, he was only like Stephen Amell was only in the Arrow costume for about like say 2 minutes per episode, and then he was just like being regular Oliver Queen back in the beginning. It's been a while, so forgive me.
I wouldn't say 2 minutes,
but I
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like they pulled back on it.
Yeah, they pulled back on the
using
on the
it sparingly.
costume. Yeah, they pulled back on the costume. I mean, now luckily he's in the costume a lot. This is
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Whereas in Swamp Thing, I was getting nervous. Like especially in the first few episodes, I was scared we weren't going to see as much of Swamp Thing. It's like the show is called Swamp Thing. Where the hell is Swamp Thing?
They committed.
That was a critique I was scared to give.
Yeah.
Now the first scene of the episode is Swamp Thing's face looking up at the bridge.
We've had multiple Swamp Thing battles.
Yeah, reminiscing about Abby. Even in episode 2, we get cuts of Swamp Thing, like him just like, what the frack is going on? Him learning to speak and this whole ride. It's like, as each episode goes on, we get more and more and more of Swamp Thing. And
because like you need to. It's a weird concept, right?
Yeah.
It's like a swamp. He's a swamp monster. So like you need to you can't just give us a swamp monster immediately. You need to build the character up and you need to build the audience's relationship with him up per episode.
Sure.
So when he is fully in the show all the time, like you're not weirded out by a big swamp man.
Right.
Like it's just that's natural to the show. It's par for the course.
But you guys get what I'm saying of how like we're seeing more and more Swamp Thing as the season progresses.
It's because this show has a budget. It's because they're not afraid to show you cool stuff. Where other shows try to cheap out, this show's like, no, we got the money, let's show it.
Yeah.
And
thank God they had the money when they did.
Yeah.
Because seeing Swamp Thing, Daniel Hughes?
Derek Mears.
Derek. Wow, I'm sorry with names.
It's late. It's cool.
Derek Mears, seeing him in that full Swamp Thing costume, I don't know how long that man was in that makeup chair for those shots, but holy crap, does he look great.
He does look great.
Yeah, every episode looks great.
I'm hoping that whatever next convention we go to, like a big comic convention, or when I'm looking on my Instagram for Comic-Con, I'm hoping at least one person puts in the work and goes to Comic-Con Swamp Thing.
I'll tell you what.
That would be so
We've
cool.
all gone to a bunch of cons together, and I don't think I've ever seen a Swamp Thing.
I've seen Groot. We've seen a bunch of Groots.
Groot's also in a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
Like, it's like... If you see anything Swamp Thing related, it's like, wow, you are hardcore, buddy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm really hoping we do see a Swamp Thing somewhere.
Well, we have a better chance now than ever, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the end of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
It's kind of brisk.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot going on in it, but I think that last week's was so much. This makes sense.
And also, like, the character stuff, like, that we did get was important. Like, we got the Matt stuff, the Blue Devil stuff.
I don't think it's a slowdown. I think it is a slowdown in the sense of Swamp Thing and Abby.
Yeah.
But it is not a slowdown in the
overall
sense of
plot.
some of the other characters. We get a lot of Blue Devil stuff, a lot of Woodrue stuff, and a lot of the Cables.
This, I mean, a lot of TV shows do this, but, like, this season feels like a race. Where, like, you have Swamp Thing, you have Abby, and everyone's just, like, doing their own stuff, and everyone has different parts of the episode, and at the very end, it's all going to converge to what all matters.
Yeah.
You just can't give everyone the time in every episode, and the show handles it very well, I think.
Yeah,
pretty well.
I agree.
Pretty well. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, so far with the show called Swamp, we got Blue Devil and the Phantom Stranger, two characters I would never think to see on any screen outside of a comic book page.
Yeah.
And even with all their stuff going on, it's great.
I would give Phantom Stranger like a little more leeway because he's a little more popular. Blue Devil is straight obscure. They don't use him in the DC comics like never.
No,
that's awesome. That's a cool get.
I don't even remember where I read about the Blue Devil, but I know I've read a book somewhere that had Blue Devil in it, and now I'm like, oh, Blue Devil, and for some reason that name stuck. And then when we got to the Blue Devil video store in episode 1, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like, Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody knew who those characters were until they made them quality.
Billion-dollar franchise.
Yeah, just every character could be cool.
Yeah.
Blue Devil, hooray!
Yay!
Good job, Ian Ziering. So yeah, I think I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for episode 6. 4 more. That's a bummer. Big old bummer.
But as we've been saying, have we said this before? The show is still great.
Yeah.
The show is still fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you have DC Universe, for the love of God, watch it.
Please.
You're watching this if you watch it, because we do full-on spoiler discussion.
Yeah, we do. We do. We totally do.
Wait, we spoil the show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this is?
Yeah.
That's why it's called a spoiler review. Wow. Took me a while. Sorry, guys.
Review
I'm
and discussion.
here now.
Review and discussion.
Review and discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys either think we're going to see or really want to see in these last 4?
Ooh.
Honestly, like I don't. I just want to see. I want to see the anatomy lesson, which is Swamp Thing on a slab. I don't necessarily even need Jason Woodrue to be the Floronic Man at this point. Like as much as I want that,
it honestly feels like we have not enough time to do that right anyway.
No,
and like it feels like
I was gonna say like sorry, just piggybacking off that. If I had to pick between Avery Sunderland gets his comeuppance or Jason Woodrue becomes the Floronic Man, I'd pick Avery Sunderland gets his comeuppance in this rather than the Jason Woodrue thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's more what this season has been about. And if this is all I'm getting, I'd at least like to see that brought to a conclusion.
I see the way I imagine how this series has gone. Like Avery is the big bad, and they're setting like at least
Woodrue up for the future.
season 2 as the Floronic Man.
I agree.
But like honestly, who really knows? We might get the Floronic Man next episode.
I think if Woodrue were to become the Floronic Man, it would be at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it would be way too fast now. We built him up so much. Like
they gotta kill his wife before he becomes the Floronic Man, and that's not going to happen. I think maybe for 2 episodes. I don't even think it'll be the next one.
What if she doesn't even? What if she doesn't die from her sickness? What if somehow Avery's involved? That causes Woodrue to go even crazier into Floronic Man stuff.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know Avery was involved in the killing of his wife, but Avery did that to push him further to how he needed to be. Yeah. Ooh, that's sinister shit, Avery.
That is.
I could see that happening. Like him turning into Swamp.
What if Woodrue is with Swamp Thing and Swamp Thing sees it through the trees?
Oh. And he says like, oh, Avery's the one who killed... Oh, that'd be...
Oh.
Like they're having their final battle. It's like, I'm not your enemy, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. That'd be sad and awesome. Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah. Man, that could... All these possibilities are good.
There's cool stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because I want to see Swamp Thing versus Avery. I want to... I mean, originally, if you asked me by around episode 2, I would say I want to see the Rot. We got the Rot. Now I don't now I don't want to see... Now we're this far into the season... I don't want to see anything about Anton Arcane.
See, that's the problem.
I know. It's
because we only have 4 episodes left, so like,
you
have to focus on the Woodrue stuff to make it like complete. Because
I mean, I know
but they didn't know they were gonna get. They didn't know they were gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I think it's very possible that the last episode could be the anatomy lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we won't see Woodrue become the Floronic Man. Necessarily in this season.
Yeah.
And we'll see Avery get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
And we'll have set up for, like, obviously not something we're going to get right now, but for Woodrue to become the Floronic Man, for Alec to have now lost himself, and Abby have to get him back.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I know why I want to see the Rot so bad, because that was the main Swamp Thing arc I read.
Yeah.
That was the first time I read Swamp Thing that made me into a fan of Swamp Thing. But after reading the anatomy lesson, thanks to you, I do want to see the anatomy lesson. I think the anatomy lesson would be a great way to end the season with a tease of Woodrue becoming the Floronic Man.
Sure.
But besides all that stuff, something I really kind of want to see, I want to see Blue Devil in all of his Blue Devil glory.
I feel like we'll see that.
I feel like it's just into like with all the blue we saw on Daniel Cassidy today. I feel that they're inching towards it. They're inching towards some crazy, like, full costume Blue Devil shit.
Do you think he needs the mask to turn into the Blue Devil? Or will he just turn into a demon?
I want to say he'll just turn into a demon, but maybe the mask is going to help.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
If it's like the mask from the Goosebumps where you have to put it on and then it becomes your face.
But what I would say is, if something I definitely want to see before the season's up, I want to see Blue Devil. Full costume, full glory.
Yeah.
I secretly, like, I like Swamp Thing, but like my Swamp Thing is like the one who's a little more. Even though I love Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, which is very human emotions, I really like a disconnected Swamp Thing because that's a very like tragic story about how someone's trying to save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Yeah. That's Alan Moore on your arm, right?
Yes, this is Alan Moore on my arm. Yes. But that story, which is later, and Abby. And spoilers for the 90s comics, Abby and Swamp Thing have a daughter, and the daughter is also completely disconnected from the world, and she wants to kill everyone in the world. So Swamp Thing has to come back to humanity to save his daughter's life. And that's some truly sad, beautiful shit. That is never going to happen anytime soon.
Nope.
But just thinking about stuff like, man, the seeds are all here for all this cool stuff. Again, hashtag save Swamp Thing. That's all I can say.
Swamp Thing.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Hashtag save Swamp Thing. Hopefully something can be done for this character
Yeah.
in the future. Another season, a movie.
I don't know if we
There's-
talked about that last time or not.
No, we haven't talked about it on Fake Nerds Watch.
Wasn't there a rumor going around
Yes,
that Warner Brothers is
Yes.
going to James Wan?
Yes.
The reception of the
There's a
show,
rumor.
people really like the show. And Warner Bros. Was like, hey, maybe we can do something with a film Swamp Thing related. But
This is a rumor.
This is a rumor, yes. And honestly, I don't think it's going to happen with how much they already have
With
going on.
all the crap that Warner Brothers is going through as a studio as of now, with their main DC, even with their main hell, they can't even get a Superman film off the ground.
To be honest,
No
it
pun intended.
really all comes down to how passionate is James Wan about this.
Yeah.
That's
even
really
I would say
what it
even
comes down
Gary
to.
Gowerman to an extent.
To an extent, but I think the one who pulls the weight with them is James Wan.
Yeah.
And if he wants to see it happen, he
make it
could.
happen. He made them Aquaman. I just don't get how he can't get his way.
He has the power, I think.
Yeah.
James Wan, gave him a really nice.
Also, the Conjuring movies.
Isn't Aquaman a $1 billion film?
Yes.
Yeah.
If the rumors are to be believed, the whole thing is that the rumor is James Wan being offered the opportunity to take Swamp Thing to film, but he'd have to change his cast.
Yeah. Basically, like a revamp of it.
And the
in film
rumor is
form.
that Wan won't do it without his cast from
I
the
wouldn't
show.
want them to.
I completely
That's a
agree.
complete disrespect to a beautiful piece of art.
When it's this close.
Especially when it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's still premiering. It's still on. Yeah, well, that's the weekend sad
I
Swamp Thing news.
wonder if we'll hear something more official once the show's passed.
Man, are
Which
they
would
at
be
Comic-Con?
nice, but
are they
who
at
knows?
Comic-Con? One of
No.
those?
No.
They're skipping it.
Okay.
Cowards.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, that'll do it for this week's
That will do it.
Fake
Yeah.
Nerds Watch.
Hey, we're all members of the Fake Nerd podcast. You can check out our podcast, all the places where you listen to podcasts: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all that good stuff. We also upload our podcast episodes here when we get the opportunity onto YouTube and
Everywhere
video
here.
formats, usually with just a picture, but
There's a thumbs
occasionally
up.
there's a real video.
Yeah.
Click the thumbs
Like
up button.
our Annabelle review special, which we actually visually recorded, and
Yes,
the
we
lighting
did.
is terrible.
It hurt my eyes.
Yeah, and our Conjuring Universe discussion, and this week we have up our Spider-Man Far From Home review discussion, all those great things.
Basement Arcade video games always happening.
Oh yeah.
Basement Arcade video games are always going up. Obviously, this show. And that's about it.
Well, I think we've already said it, but like, what's our next Fake Nerds Watch going to be? Because it's going to be soon, right?
No, we haven't said.
We haven't said. Can we say it? Because it's happening soon, right?
I don't even... Oh, do you mean Stranger Things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that's supposed to be like a
Yeah, I mentioned it at the top of the show.
No,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I wasn't sure either.
I thought we were talking about like a series we're doing like this.
No.
We are at some point doing Stranger Things
Yes.
specials. At the moment, just 2.
Yeah.
Stranger Things came up this week as of our recording, so
Yeah.
we'll have it all watched soon.
Yeah.
He's already done it.
I already finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do on 4th of July, and I was happy about it.
God bless
yeah.
the Upside Down.
So we will have a Fake Nerds Watch Stranger Things special. I apologize. I thought we were talking about like the next show we're going to
No,
do.
no, no,
We just
no,
looked
no,
at it and
no,
I was
no,
like,
no, no.
I don't know what that is.
no, I wasn't trying to get you or anything.
I got it. Yeah, we'll have Stranger Things specials up.
Eventually.
You'll see it. It will be within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that will do it. I'm Sparkz Witty. You can find me at Sparkz Witty on Instagram, ASPARKZ Witty. And this is...
I'm Ryan Leopoulos, and you can find me at DJ Tony Snark at everything. Just type it in, and it's everywhere.
You can find me on the internet at BenMagnet27 on both Instagram and Twitter.
Ben, are you 27?
No, I used to be.
At one time he was.
I was
one
27
time.
at one point in time. Actually, there is a reason why I put 27.
Because you were born in 1927. He's
I was
actually
not-
really old.
No, I'm not. No,
Benjamin Button syndrome.
No, that is wrong. It was my old hockey number when I played hockey in college.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sports.
Sports, it's a sports thing.
All right. That'll do it. See you next week. Hashtag save Swamp Thing.
Stay swampy.
Stay Fake Nerds.
Pointing. Lots of pointing.